Welcome to Swan Racing TV. Today's episode we are going to look at the Subaru, follow on from the previous episode where we investigated the weird boost issue, which ended up being the intake pipe, which the little bugger is here. This pipe was the problem. So anyway, we still haven't actually put a pipe back on. It's just the turbo, straight into the turbo, the air coming in. So we're going to test it out, take it for a test drive, make sure the boost is as it should be. We believe it will be. Seems to start run, sounds a hell of a lot better than it did do. So we need to do test drive on the road, see what we can get out of it, see if it's okay. Also, we've done a fair bit to the front end, replaced the STI, the 99 onwards front bumper for the version 4, the original STI 4 bumper that came on this car, because this is a model year 97 Type R, so it came with the earlier bumper. But what I found with the original, or I should say, what was wrong with the bumper that was on it, the paintwork's a bit poor, bit of a cloudy finish, so that does need respraying. So in the meantime, we'll put the original bumper back on, polish it up, and it looks a hell of a lot better. Another thing which I don't like about the later bumper is that we were running the front mount intercooler. So with the front mount, I just don't like the way you have to chop the bumper, and I'm trying to get this car to sort of go back to an OEM look, with it sort of approaching classic car status now. I just want it to be sort of original and look quite tidy, quite nice. So I think in the long-term plan we'll probably get the car resprayed, make it look nice and shiny, and any sort of dings, car park dings, took out of it. The more you look at over the car, there is quite a few little marks and dings and stuff. So we'll get them sorted out. But we also need to sort of look into a longer term solution for a top mount intercooler, because like I say, I don't really like the front mount intercooler. Not so much the lag and all the sort of things like that. I think there's quite a lot of discussion that goes along with front mount intercoolers and whether they increase the turbo lag. I'm not that convinced myself there's that much difference, but just from a packaging point of view, I much prefer the top mount intercooler. So I think a Process West top mount will probably be coming in the future. At the moment, I've just got the STI 4 intercooler back on top, which is definitely not suitable for the power level that we're running this car. So it will be a case of a temporary sort of stopgap, and not give the car tons of beans with the STI 4 top mount on. Just give it a run, see it's okay. And then I can tootle around in the car when we get out of lockdown, kind of a little tootle until we get the Process West top mount on. May also do a little bit of checking on intake temperatures, make sure that the thing is sufficient for the job when we do get the Process West intercooler in. So that'll be pretty good actually. Be quite a good test. Get a data logger and some thermocouples and do air before and after the intercooler, see how effective it is at reducing those intake air temperatures. So yeah, I mean that's basically it. So we've done a bit on the car, mainly been bodywork, washed and polished it, clay barred it, gave it a bit of work, and it's come up really nice. I think you'll find the bodywork is really shiny now. It's so it's very smooth. So yeah, it's very shiny, very smooth. Looks good. So a bit more to do. Here's the front bumper, which we are still missing fog light cover. So I found one and I can't find the other one, which is a bit annoying. I keep checking around, and although this bumper has got scratches, it's got marks and cracks and stuff, the overall effect is a lot shinier than the bumper that was on the car. So that's all good. So yeah, we'll give it a quick drive and see how she performs. See if we're back to how it's supposed to be. You join me in the Subaru, going out for essential shopping, of course. We're going to see whether we've improved or solved the problem with this boost, which would be very handy if it has. So just bear with me a moment. We're warming her up. We're a bit low on fuel, so like I said, I'm just popping down to the shops during lockdown, so we can give it a little squirt and see whether we get any boost. Because don't forget, before we would accelerate, we'd get absolutely zero boost, and in fact it would end up going down into vacuum. So it was pretty clear there was something major wrong with the car. And then obviously you've seen on the previous video, we did our investigation, took it apart, and sure enough, it was that bloody intake pipe. Well, we think it was that intake pipe. There's definitely something wrong with it. The intake pipe split, with delaminated, all that. So we'll just give it a very, very quick squirt of power. So we've got the top mount intercooler back on as well, so it's not really fighting fit. We need to get something else, Process West or something else on it eventually, so before we can give it some proper maximum attack and track days. But obviously we've got a little while before track days may be back on. So for now, we just we'll give it a little go, get it warmed up, oil temperature and cooler temperature up, and then yeah, we'll give it a little bit of stick. So I'll cut to the front camera. Yep, I think that's back in business. Bit of a boost leak, I'd say, on that new intercooler. Doesn't sound too good, does it? I would say pop the boost pipe off, so not to worry. It's definitely making boost, that's for sure. We've got a bit of a blast then, a very quick squirt of power, and then it's probably burst or popped the pipe, which, to be honest with you, the Jubilee clips are a little bit naff. So we will pick this back up in the garage. I'll get her back home, and we'll have a look what pipe's popped off. Okay, so we're back in the garage now. I've got a bad feeling about this. I've had a little look at the turbo impeller. Just trying to see if this will pick it up, but I don't think it can quite get through there. However, I've got a bad feeling. I think it's ingested something and damaged the turbine blades, so that's not brilliant. Anyway, we'll take the bits off, take the intercooler out of the way, and see if there's anything gone through the turbo and sitting in the intercooler or anywhere like that. Yeah, not a great start. It seemed to be going very well. It was all very promising, and seemed to be working and making boost, and then suddenly it's made that weird noise, which I thought was a boost pipe popped off, but it doesn't appear that any boost pipes have come away. And like I say, looking through the mash of intake pipes and inlet manifold and all sorts, I think I can see damage on the impeller, so a little bit gutted, to say the least. But anyway, we'll take the bits off and have a look.